doing live streams.
Alright, so cordless headphones.
2003.
Through your phone. And y'all got electric cars. Yeah. The future is crunk. Anything else you want to know? Is the hype too much? Am I ready? I can't tell you everything. But if you want to make history, you gotta call your own shots. We going to the lead. We going to the lead.
You're going to be stupid because this is all fake.
It's important to mention here, for the first time in the city fire department's 225-year history,
Baltimore.
Firefighters attend today's service.
Yeah,
Baltimore
firefighters
Fire
across the region, they willingly stepped up, covered their shifts. They were quite busy today. Paul Gessler, he's live for us tonight with much more on this.
Baltimore.
Well, Rick and Nicole, a volunteer fire company out of Hagerstown and an ambulance out of Ellicott City covered Truck 5 here in East Baltimore. It's all part of a rare, if not unprecedented effort to place every Baltimore City firefighter out of service to honor their fallen brothers and sisters.
Wow.
A fire call Wednesday at Lake Clifton is all part of a normal call for service.
It's an honor and privilege to be able to help them out.
On a not-so-normal day.
International number truck.
City firefighters, nowhere
Fort
to be
Collins.
Every Baltimore City Fire Department, truck engine, medic are out of service today. They put the whole city
Box
out of
44.
service.
More than
Out.
75 engine companies, ladder companies, and medic units out. Dozens of outside
DC.
in.
If us being here means that one of those guys can attend the funeral that wouldn't have been able to before, that's what it's all about.
They need that closure, say their goodbyes, and be with the loved ones.
There's mutual aid, and then there's this.
We got Eastern Shore, Baltimore County, DC, they're from all over.
DC connections in Baltimore hydrants, Annapolis ladders, and Baltimore houses.
Between ambulances, support vehicles, fire engines, ladder trucks, we're all here to support Baltimore.
This Cliffview Avenue fire Wednesday morning happened right at shift change, so city units handed it off to Prince George's and other agencies.
I've been in the fire service for almost 25 years and never seen or heard anything like this.
For some who came from the funeral to the fire, it's hard.
It is, sure it is. It is.
It's emotional, and we're honored that we're here to help.
Suburban, and in some cases, rural manpower fills the city void.
The call volume in Baltimore City is a lot different than
Bolton-
what some of us are used to.
Belton Volunteer Fire
It's our
Department.
occasion, but everybody comes together.
St. John's
State put the
Park
call out.
Volunteer
The
Fire
Emergency
Department.
Management Secretary said he was
Burnson Fire
flooded
Department.
with the response.
This is unprecedented. Never has a large metropolitan city placed all of their apparatus out of service at one time.
Russell Strickland actually couldn't give us a number of how many came in to help.
This is the most large-scale mutual aid effort I've ever seen.
It's nerve-wracking. You've got departments that never work together on this.
But it's going out the front. We all speak the same language when there's smoke coming out of
District
windows.
of Columbia.
To serve, answered from near and far.
We'll do anything we can to help out guys, whether we've ever met them before or not.
That's pretty neat though. They actually had the whole fire department out of service. Now that's rare. Channel 13.
Departments came
10
in
days
from
ago.
as far as Ocean City, D.C., and other federal agencies stepped in as well. Some of these companies also still managed to send members to the funeral, multiple members in some instances, before covering Baltimore City firehouses. We're live in East
Wow.
Baltimore tonight. I'm Paul Gessler for WJZ.
That's pretty neat. They usually, you can't like do that. I mean, that happened 10 days ago. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty neat to find out that someone actually did that. I mean, me personally, I would never ever think that you could do that. Hey guys, Tyler here. I'm just a person just relaxing, waiting for. I'm actually gonna be having lunch. I already ordered my lunch before I start recording, which I'm happy I did because I am starving and I'm ready for some lunch. Yeah, I'm gonna be hiding some stuff later for later, but yeah, got myself a pizza and some lunch because I wanted pizza today for lunch. I don't cook nothing, so yeah. Let's see here. What do we got here? We got this. The Hells were in Egypt still. They should be out of Egypt about 2 weeks from now. They should be back in a couple days. 10 months ago. Here comes the city plow truck. The salting, which is good because we need the salt or the dirt, whatever you want to call it. It's not that cold out. It's pretty cold outside, guys. It's quite cold. But I think I do pretty good though. What I do for a living, guys. Um, I do some weird stuff for fun, but you know. Oh, wow. I mean, I just watch random stuff all the time on the channel. So yeah, it's pretty cool how I go watch.
Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. We are doing a vehicle tour today. We are at Keystone Valley in Parksburg area. We're going to be taking a look at their 2019 F450 four-wheel drive Type 1 ambulance. Let's go take a...
I mean, I wish I could build. I wish I owned a company to build mercy vehicles. I wonder if I could do that. If I owned a company, I wonder if I could do that. Build real mercy vehicles for my company. I think it would suck though, cause 12 vehicle bays. I'm just killing time, guys.
Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Thank you for joining us. Today we
12
are
bays.
in Indiana once again. We're halfway between Chicago and Indianapolis. We're at the Monticello Fire Department.
Damn.
Let's take a look what they got.
12 bays. I started watching Hero Next Doors recently, guys, which has some pretty cool stuff.
We went through the visitor's entrance here. This building was broke ground in 2016. It took them about a year or so to get in here, but they set it up really nice. Coming in through the foyer area here, they got a lot of cool things.
I was in that town.
First thing I noticed right away is the front of this engine thing here.
Wow, that's
Goes
neat.
up to their receptionist, that she's out for lunch right now, but these lights all light up and everything like that. Pretty cool to see that. The other thing is they have a monument to the 9/11 memorial. They went up and got a piece of steel from that. Very cool. We're in the Midwest right now. They were able to maybe have a guy go up there, something like that. But having a piece of steel across the nation from what happened in that tragedy, that's awesome to have. Great thing to do.
20 years later, it's still. I mean, no offense, it doesn't feel like it's been 20 years. It feels less than that still. It feels like 10 years.
Obviously, they're going to have some of their history here. They got some of their
My town, me personally.
books, all their old call logs, a lot of radio systems. Right here, though, they have a fire pole. This isn't functioning, but as you walk in, you immediately get the feel. Even though it's a new building built in 2016, they wanted to make it feel like an old firehouse. So putting an old pole in here gives you that feeling as a visitor coming right in. Right off the foyer here, we're going to go into their training room. This is a state-of-the-art training room. One thing that I'll show you later is out back, they do some of the Fire 1, Fire 2 classes.
Our firm is class 3. We have a class 3 fire department where we live.
They have plenty of seats for everybody. They have state-of-the-art technology with all the videos and PowerPoints and things like that. Great lighting in here. Feels nice and warm. Got a little kitchen sink in the back for refreshments. Set up very, very nicely. It's very warm and inviting. I definitely can do class in here. So, all right, we're going to continue on. Working our way down the hallway here.
If it ever comes down to where we live on this area.
If I go to my left, we're going to go out to the apparatus bay. We'll go see those in a little bit. They have a ton of trucks. That apparatus bay is huge.
12? Yeah, these put trucks.
Coming through this door, we're making our way into the administrative hall. Right to my right here is their billing/QA person. She organizes all the paperwork, makes sure everything's done, the signature there, then they send it out to a third party to do the billing. You need a nice, strong person to do that. You need an area for that, and they set this up awesome. As I work my way down the hall here, we're going to run into the captain's office, chief office, and deputy chief's office. We have to remember that having a strong administrative department is going to be key for any department. Yeah. They worry about health and fitness of their providers. They make sure their equipment's are good.
I wish he was in.
And what they do here, they allow them to kind of relax as if they were at home. They're able to bring some of their pets while they're here at work. They have
what a cute puppy. Big old bulldog.
Things are very important to have a strong administrative buy into that. Not just for buildings, but for the mental health.
Come on, show the trucks. Watch the trucks. I like come here to watch see the big ass trucks. Come on, show us the big ass trucks. Come on, I've seen the rigs. I like seeing the rigs. That's what I prefer, guys. That's why I watch these videos, just to see the rigs.
What are we doing? A teaser. We're doing a teaser for the commercial.
Yeah.
We're teasing commercials, Nick?
Dining room area, if they have all these murals up on the ceiling or the ceiling tiles, and those were done by the local elementary school, just a little touch of home community brought into a firehouse. That's pretty cool to see. I haven't yet seen that in any other firehouse. That just tells me that these guys are really involved in their community. Not only that, the placement of this building is important. They're right next to the hospital here. It's an acute care hospital, so they have, quick access. Now we're kind of heading back into the administrative side of the building, but we're going to make a quick right here and walk into their squad room area. This is where a lot of the work is actually being done. They have 2 little charting rooms here. They're nice and quiet and isolated, so you can focus on your charts, make sure they're accurate. Down here is where the radios are. A lot of their shift assignments and things like that are in here. So
ABC.
Little nook. You got a big bulletin board here, so all the information that you need to relay from shift to shift, or when coronavirus is coming about, putting it up on the board is very important.
When was it done? When was this uploaded?
So having a nice
Last year,
radio
okay.
room
About a
or
year ago, almost.
squad room like this,
September last year.
great. Got a nice big table here to get organized, make sure things are okay.
I want to live in 3 rivers. I wish I could. Yeah, come on. Show us the rig. The reason I watch this thing just to see the rigs. What?
Make sure
The reason I watch this just to see the rigs.
very cool to have. Now we're going to make our way out to the apparatus bay.
Yay.
Let's talk about some of these trucks.
Good.
Walking out of the apparatus bay, one is missing. This is their newest one in their fleet. This is an F450 medic unit. Over to my right here is going
This
to be
is
one of their first
Whistle.
players. This one's one
She's
of their
curious.
pickup trucks.
She like by camera, but she's curious.
This is an E450. That all of these are set up as ALS trucks. To my right, this is a pretty unique vehicle. This one is actually designed for
Wow.
GPS that they converted into a water rescue. They do
I haven't seen one of those things in years.
and swift water rescues out of this truck.
I like those old,
Next, I wanna talk
those
about
ground
one of
ones.
the reserve pieces. This is a 2000 Pierce. It's got a 1250 GPM with 1,000 gallons of water on it.
Wow.
Next apparatus here to my left is going to be an E.
If you ever actually told me I should write letter to Coke, Pepsi, and Snapple, make sure they know that I drink their products, and should I be worried about you guys getting sued by them? As I told them, I told someone I would do that.
Rescue tools. These are really cool to use because they're easy to deploy. They're relatively lightweight, but you don't have to worry about the hydraulics. However, because it is a rescue, it's classified as a heavy rescue, and they use it as an ALS third out kind of vehicle. They have all the stuff that you need, including the old style rescue tools that are up front. They're all pre-connected Hurst tools, so this vehicle gets used quite a bit. Right next to the heavy rescue is their new engine
So,
3.
this is Whistle. She's cute.
E1. It's got 1,000 gallons of water and a 1,500 gallon per minute pump. But what's nice about this is they did a side mount pump. That way they can kind of lower the truck a little bit, and it gave them room to put a tailboard on this. Back in the days, tailboards were a big thing, but they started getting away from it, and it was very hard to get up and get to the hoses. But by putting a tailboard on it, they're not riding it to the call, but it makes it easier to get the Minuteman laid. So they can just put it over their shoulder, pull it out. They got 200 foot of pre-connected. Awesome way to do that. I love the fact that they're bringing back some of the tailboards. Behind their engine 3 is their tanker. This is a 2005 S&S. It's got 2,000 gallons of water, and it has a 750 gallon per minute pump, so it can be classified as another engine if it needs to. Right next to engine 3 is engine 2. This is a 2010 E1. It has 1,000 gallons of water and a 1,500 gallon per minute pump. Right next to engine 2 is going to be their truck 21. They did that in remembrance of one of their old fire chiefs. This is a E1. It is a 2008. It has 500 gallons of water with a 2,000 gallon per minute pump. We have 2 more pieces of apparatus in this engine bay. You have a John boat here used for the water rescues. What's nice about this is up front they have a platform that folds out that they can dive from. This gets pulled by their squad here. This is an F550. It pulls.
I have 2 of those in my fleet. I think I have 3 of these in my fleet.
The final area on the end of the apparatus bay here is kind of their storage area. They store a lot of their props for their training tower out back, but they're also doing a restoration project. This is a 1934 chemical wagon.
Chemical wagon?
Apparatus bay is
Wow.
the gear room. It's separate, so it meets those NFPA regulations of having that hot, warm, and cold zone. Now you may be thinking, why is it all the way at the end? Well, they have 2 sets of gear. So the guys are on the truck, they're going to pull their gear out in the beginning of shift, and they're going to put them with the truck. If they get contaminated or they get a big fire, they can put it in the gear washer, get it taken care of, grab their next set of gear. They won't.
This is LaGrange, Indiana. That's really a hop and a skip for me. LaGrange is down the street from here.
Have a break. Have a kick.
This is LaGrange Fire Department. It's just up the road from me. LaGrange is like...
Today we had an open house at ribbon cutting at Station 5.
No, that's Georgia.
Dedication to Katie Rand.
There's LaGrange, Georgia. That's nowhere around here, and they don't speak English down there. They speak with a southern charm. I'm gonna fast forward to this old This old thing. This is pretty neat though.
Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Thank you all for watching.
I'm gonna fast forward so we can see our rigs. Peach should be here soon, I hope, because I want to see. I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry. Oh, it's almost noon. At noon, I'll turn the alarm on at noon.
Pretty nice with a weight room. You know, all too often, you know, we have to go to the gyms to stay fit.
You know, 3 hours
so
of
we're
stuff.
using the Planet Fitnesses or the, you know, Gold's Gym. You guys have everything for your member.
I mean, I think it's pretty neat though. As a TV, or as a person that goes to,
Are a fire company and you're a QRS.
That's correct.
Yep.
QRS.
First responders that go out.
Yep, first responders, EMTs, and one paramedic.
Okay.
So,
Wow, you guys are doing a lot. For such a tiny little house, you guys are doing a whole bunch of stuff.
how are you old
we
fire?
got a lot going on.
So we appreciate that. Thank you for inviting us out. But we have yet to go see some of these trucks. How about we go down
Let's
to
see what the rigs are. I'm curious what the rigs are.
All right.
Let's go.
I mean, I like the old rigs. I mean,
So as we make our way back down to the apparatus bay, do us a favor as you guys are
I
watching,
did.
hit subscribe, hit notifications.
I did
share
not.
This video, we appreciate it. We want to get as much exposure to all these companies that we get to see, and it's all because of you guys. Also, don't forget we do have new merchandise. Go to watchheroesnextdoor.com and pick yourself up something. We're gonna make our way back into the engine bay and see what they have. So this is your side entrance coming into the apparatus bay.
okay.
So I was a responder. I would come down the little driveway here, park out back, and come right through this
right
door.
inside over there. Yep.
First engine we have is
1998 HME New Lexington.
Yep.
okay. Okay.
1750 pump, 1250 gallon tank.
Move.
And it's got a boom vent kind of, but this is a unique setup because it doesn't come off the lower exhaust. This has almost like a smokestack.
Yeah, so when this was built in '98, they still had a vertical stack, and we had to get a special adapter.
A vertical stack for a fire engine?
This,
Wow.
This right here for the boom vent system.
Right. So you really got to line this truck up nice.
Yep.
Got to have a spotter.
Got to be on the line. That's for sure.
Along here is all your gear.
Yep. Yeah, everybody has their own rack.
Yeah, I like the big red racks. It's given that new tradition that's showing up. It's nice and clean. You got plenty of room to put all your gear, get it up off the floor.
Yep. Keep it dry.
Yeah, get your helmets dry, get your gloves dry. Off the back of this, when I was walking around, I noticed you have a ton of 5-inch. Why is that?
So we currently have 3,600 feet of 5-inch, and it's split. We can do dual lays, and it's just the makeup of our first due. We have a long lanes in the area, and we have a water supply issue, so
Okay.
we can lay dual lines, one from the hydrant, and then one set up for a tanker operation.
Do you use a lot of tanker task force out here? Do you
If,
have a community pool you draw from? What do you
so-
normally
They're
do?
dropping. I hope these guys are not coming back. Because getting tired of their bullshit on my property.
A few rooms or any type of commercial, we always lay to the pool. We lost the pool, so now everything is by either off the hydrant or from a tanker task force.
Okay. You also have a screen for drafting. Do you have rivers or any streams, anything you can pull
So
from?
we have some streams down the street heading towards 422. We have a large quarry, Limestone Springs, and we have a dry hydrant set up there that we can draft from.
Okay. Okay. Now I noticed you have pull-through engine bay here.
Yep.
You have a very short skirt up front. Do you normally use it as a pull-through, or do you back
So
in?
the engine is normally a pull through. The squad gets backed in just because generally everybody piles up on that side of things. So the squad still backs in, but the engine will pull through.
Okay. Okay. And so let's talk about the squad. What is this?
So it was originally a 1993 Salisbury with a Volvo underneath it, and then in 2016 it was refurbed by Fireline in Lancaster County.
Okay.
With the Salisbury chassis, they put this addition on for us. This now holds all of our rig equipment and some extra tools, and then they repainted the body as well.
Wow, this is a pretty truck. Do you mind maybe in another video, let's do a station rigs of that? Sure. All right.
We did.
So if you guys are watching, pay attention. We're going to do a station rigs of the Neptune Fire Company squad.
Yep.
All right. And you have one other bay, right?
Yes.
All right. A utility. Is this a brush truck too, or just a utility?
So it does not have a pumper tank on it, but it does have hose set up for that. We can lay in with a 2.5, and then we have a gated Y, and then we have two 300-foot forestry lines that we can deploy.
Right.
And then it has all of our forestry hand tools. So not technically it is not a brush truck, but it can operate.
Which is the name utility.
Yeah, so it does operate as our primary QRS unit. The squad is also certified, so if we have multiple calls going on, we can get ready for a double pull.
Right. And this is a F550?
Yep, 2005 F550.
Okay. Now this, where we're standing now, was your original engine bay.
This was the original bay, yes.
It's not very high.
Nope.
And it's got a unique feature in the back here. I was looking at some of the pictures when we did our initial walk around, and tell us about this thing.
So sure, come on over. All it is.
What a show off. Who wants all the whole travel?
Money. That's who.
Can't buy a skill. He's not even that fast.
Excuse me, baby.
Don't do anything.
You go outside again. You guys go outside one too. You right here, because I need you now.
This is not over.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song, 'cause I'm